That I don't think was a good move for Minister Yusuf Tuga to have gone on Piers Morgan's platform. He's very brute. If we cannot handle the heat, don't go into the kitchen. It's not like the Nigerian press or other press, I mean, look at it, with due respect to the Nigerian press, but so I don't know what informed his choice of going on his platform and then now, engaging in a war of words with him. I don't think he would win that fight. So just find a way to color it, because Piers is not someone that you want to be engaging in that kind of verbal fight.
And we now come to blame the international communities for coming for their interests in our country. But we invited them, our failure invited them. If there wasn't killing in Nigeria, Trump will not dare say that he will place Nigeria as a country of particular concern. So
instead of the Nigerian government to look for ways to tackle the insecurity in the country, they are busy sending their foreign ministers and others to different parts of the world to debunk the claims that there is a genocide in Nigeria, Christian genocide. Now, the Minister of Foreign Affairs was sent to Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan's show, this guy organized a program titled Uncensored. Guess what? He roasted the Minister of Information of Nigeria by the name Tuga, Yusuf Tuga. Because Yusuf Tuga wants him, he thought it's a Nigerian media, yet they can manipulate internet to present what we want you to present, say what we want you to say. You understand? If you know this international media that don't bend, they are very straightforward. You need to see the way this man roasted you. The humiliation is not something, it's something you just cannot imagine. Let's take a listen at this. In case today is your first time or come across my video, I want to say big thank you to you for stopping by. This is Holy Ghost on platform, a platform that tell you undiluted truth. Also, at the end of the video, okay, the Malam, the Muslim Imam that saved 300 Christians when they were terminating them, when they were buying Christians, right? This Muslim Imam that saved 300 Christians spoke in this video. Another moderate Muslim Imam spoke in this video. Hence the reason you have to watch it to the end. Hence the reason you don't have to watch this video alone. Ensure that somebody else sees this video. Thanks and God bless you.
Today's World Brief with a social media showdown. That is as Nigeria's Foreign Minister Yusuf Tuga fired off a post on X calling for his full interview with broadcaster Piers Morgan to be released unedited. Now, in his first post, Tuga said that my explanations, supported by verifiable data, may not have conformed to certain preconceived views. However, for the sake of integrity and transparency, it is essential that the full interview be aired exactly as recorded, without edits or selective omissions. Now, in response to that, Piers Morgan did respond by telling Tuga that he seemed to be panicking. Foreign Minister, that's what he said on X, that we will air your comments in full. The show is called Uncensored for a reason, and whether people believe what you said remains to be seen. Now, in response to that, Tuga said that he was, as you can see, cool as a cucumber, Mr. Morgan, and he says if he wasn't more equitable, he would say that you were flattering yourself, but I won't. Just want to make sure you don't edit out the parts where you kept referring to the Chibok boys. Well researched. Well, clearly it's Chibok girls and not boys. So we are still waiting for this interview to be released. Morgan did confirm that the broadcast is coming. The air date remains unconfirmed as yet. But the spat does center on allegations of Christian persecution in Nigeria, which Tuga and the Nigerian government have rejected. They've called those allegations dangerous and a single linear narrative.
And I'll repeat this as many times I can to drum it into the ears of everybody. I will scream it on the mountaintop. There is Christian genocide in Nigeria. No matter how government officials try to go and skew narrative on Piers Morgan, and Tuga was talking about, Piers Morgan was talking Chibok boys. Yeah, That could have been a slip, or Piers didn't do his research. That's between him and Piers. There's Christian genocide. Femi, I was reading an APPG report overnight around 1 a.m. this morning, where Jim Shannon, as at 3-4 years ago, sent out a report in the British Parliament about Christian genocide. In fact, as at then, they said about 80% of the killings of Christians in the world was happening in Nigeria. 2020 report. I can share that report with you. Maybe you can bring it. It was published a couple of years ago. Whatever the narrative they want to spin, but please, they should remember, people are being killed. And for every blood that is shed that we do not account for, God will ask us one way or the other. I know the politics. Oh, we don't want a case where America will stop aid because, you know, we're already in dire straits. Look at us already on the hunger list for the world. All of those things are because aid stopped. USAID, those monies and all of that, because these are the things they used to give nutritional supplements to kids in poor areas. In fact, Reuters was showing a report this morning about how somebody wrote that the way to attack Christian kids is removing aid from America. And I think that report is right. And that's why we beg the likes of, you know, Trump to please stop this, you know, attempt to be able to remove aid and USAID. And that's why when some people were carrying propaganda, Russian talking points anyway, that USAID was being used to form Boko Haram, that period, I said, please, let's stop lying. We don't have facts. They said, oh, an American lawmaker. I said, let's stop lying. Let's stop carrying propaganda, because this money actually helps. Because I've also prevailed on many of these international donor agencies. And when they pick my brain and say, Rufai, but we're pumping in a lot of aid, and we see how your politicians are living the lavish life. And I beg them and I say, please, do not look at the lifestyle of our politicians. Look at the very poor people that are amongst us that are suffering as regards this. So let us do what is right so that society will be a whole lot better. But let's stop deceiving ourselves. Are Muslims being killed? Yes. Is there Christian genocide? Yes. If you want to plot the narrative, two truths can exist. Because God will ask us if we speak the truth or not. Let's be realistic. Let's not say because we want to talk government talking points. God will ask us and God will judge us.
All right. A quick comment on, I think, just to say that I don't think it was a good move for Minister Yusuf Tuggar to have gone on Piers Morgan's platform, especially if you know the style of Piers Morgan and then also where he stands. He's British conservative. He's very brute. If we cannot handle the heat, don't go into the kitchen. He's a troll. He's a very formal. He's a troll. You should see what he's doing to Meghan and Prince Harry, and he doesn't stop. It's not like the Nigerian press or other press. You know, I mean, look at it with due respect to the Nigerian press, but he doesn't stop. And then he has a huge following on social media. People who are just as, you know, can be very right-winged as he is. So I don't know what informed his choice of going on his platform, and then now, you know, engaging in a war of words with him. I don't think he would win that fight. So just find a way to color it, because Piers is not someone that you want to be engaging in that kind of verbal fight. Let's see who actually had the better outing. Let's air it. But I think in our efforts in diplomatic conversations and dialogue, you want to be careful of the platform that you appear on. I recall that Rufai, you had given them some options as to where to go to and discuss and present your facts. I don't know, but let's see what happens.
I don't find anything wrong with going on Piers Morgan show. It's a brouhaha afterwards.
No, I think if you want to go on a platform like that, you have to go ready with your facts. But let's see the interview. But what has already happened in terms of their war of words already doesn't look very good, and I don't think it's going to that social media. That's what I'm saying. I don't think if you're not able to handle it.
He wanted it to be aired
if he's equal to the task, great. But Piers Morgan, I'm calling it right now that I don't see this ending well, and I don't know why he chose that. But very quickly, in terms of the hunger reports, this administration is, when it started, was very big on ending or reducing poverty. In fact, the Tinubu administration had gotten loan from the World Bank in order to fight this, through the humanitarian and poverty reduction ministry. So it's quite unfortunate to now see us designated as a country of concern at the risk of famine because of the hunger levels in the country. And I think it's just an opportunity for this government to look into some of the challenges of hunger. And we've talked about safety nets. We talked about the economic reforms and its effect on the people. So let us look at we talk about providing seeds, interventions, safety nets, direct impact of food for children, young people, women, mothers, especially in rural areas. It also has an impact on insecurity, because we say that where poverty exists, it's an incentive for crime. It's not a justification, but it makes crime more attractive. And so this is something that I hope that this administration will take, not just wish it away or speak it away, but actually address the issue. Okay, let's talk journalism first, because two of the subjects relate to journalism. The first is the Piers Morgan uncensored interview, which Minister Yusuf Tuga has been very concerned about. And he is saying that, look, he wants whatever he said on that program to be broadcast uncensored. After all, the name of Piers Morgan's program is Piers Morgan Uncensored. And his concern is about the fact that there is the danger of the single story out there, a mindset within the Western media, and even here, perhaps in some sections, that there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria. And he said he provides factual, balanced, verifiable data that he wants out there for people to get to hear. And Piers Morgan was also right to say, well, after all, this program is called Uncensored. However, we have no control over what people who listen to you will believe. I think we should wait to see what is published eventually before we jump to any conclusions. But as for Minister Tuga choosing to go on Piers Morgan as a broadcaster is a very big brand.
Platform, yes.
His platform is a very popular brand. We have an audience of Nigerians and of the international community in the UK that would like to hear the Nigerian story. So in terms of choosing the audience, there is nothing wrong in what they have done. What Minister Tuga will probably do will be to choose a multiplicity of audiences. After all, he was in Germany also, where he spoke, and now he has gone to the UK. There will be other persons managing the media for the presidency that will put out that story. Now, we have two strands of stories out there. Those who say there is Christian genocide, and those who say both Christians and Muslims are being persecuted in Nigeria in terms of, security, violence, and all of that. But the residual point we keep saying is that the Nigerian government needs to do a lot more, needs to seek the cooperation with other stakeholders that he talks about to make sure that this environment is safe. Every other thing beyond that is just rhetoric. Now, that's that about that. The other leg of the Tuga Piers Morgan thing is that it's about professionalism. Now, personally, I don't like people telling me as a journalist how to treat your copy. As editorial page editor, chairman, editorial board, you don't come and tell me how to treat your copy. I take the decision how I want to treat your copy. However, we are guided by ethics. We have to be fair, we have to be balanced, we have to be accurate. But as government spokesperson, I always advise people, it's better for you to go on a live program like this Arise News. You are talking to people, everybody is hearing you. When you do a recorded interview, you may not have control over it because there will be a lot of editing in the background, and the company has an editorial ideology. Many people do not know this. So the media house, we choose its own emphasis. We choose what we sell because the media is also business. So I always advise people, as much as possible, avoid recorded interviews. Just speak direct to the people.
Doctor, bring you back into the conversation. What do you make of the politicization of the arguments for and against the intervention of the United States and other interested parties in the international community? What do you think is playing out here?
What is playing out is a deviation. We have deviated from the main track, the mainstream. If I, as a Muslim, forgetting that in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala categorically stated that destroying one's soul is equal to destroying the whole humanity. If he, as a Christian, forgetting the Piers which says, thou shalt not kill, then we are deviating. there is no qualification whatsoever in the Bible when the Lord says, "Thou shalt not kill." He did not say, "Thou shalt not kill a Christian." Thou shalt not kill a believer. The meaning of this is that thou shalt not kill or allow killing of any person, any human being. And the meaning of the Quran is also clear. Therefore, as Muslims, if we are to talk, we are not going to celebrate somebody killing a Christian. We are not supposed to support any person killing a Christian or an unbeliever. And as such, we're supposed to come together, talk to the government as people. Yes, there was threat from Donald Trump, and Nigeria was placed as a country of particular concern. We are not happy with that, but you, the politicians, are the cause of this, because it is your primary objective as politicians, as leaders, as government, to stop it. And you have failed over time to stop it. Instead of us blaming those who are commercializing our blood, our blood, the Christian blood, the Muslims' blood, they are commercializing and politicalizing it. We fail to blame them. They succeeded in targeting me to be a blamer of my friend who is my neighbor, who is also a victim, inspiring me to deny that he was a victim. And they are now inspiring him to believe that I am not a victim. And we now come to blame the international communities for coming for their interests in our country. But we invited them, our failure invited them. If there wasn't killing in Nigeria, Trump will not dare say that he will place Nigeria as a country of particular concern.
How many people were killed during that attack that were not able to be saved?
Those who lost their life, they were about 85 people.
85 people died in that attack?
Yes.
And you, and as the deputy imam and the imam, were able to save over 300 Christians?
Yes, they were saved here.
Wow, that's interesting.